ability to form glucose, X not form glucose. Okay, out of 20 beta, only 18. Okay, only 18 amino acids have the ability to form glucose except 2. Now this exception you have to remember, rest lactose है, sucrose है, they are disaccharide, they are carbohydrates only. When they will break, they will form glucose, right? They will form glucose. So my question to everyone over here, in which glycolysis lactic acid is formed? In which glycolysis lactic acid is formed? In pyruvate. I want the answers in the chat. Get glucose. So glycerol, it is a non-carbohydrate source. Okay. Lactic acid, it is not a carbohydrate. Pyruvic acid or pyruvate, it is not a carbohydrate. Glycerol, it is not a carbohydrate. Amino acid, it is not a carbohydrate. So yeah, there is for yes. Coming on to the concept beta. Already we have glucose, gluconeogenesis. बॉडी में ग्लूकोनियोजेनेसिस की क्यों नीड है? व्हाई देयर इज अ नीड ऑफ ग्लूकोनियोजेनेसिस? डज एनीवन वुड लाइक टू आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन? I want anyone of you to answer this question. Chal. Now beta, you already know we have a state that is called as fed state. Fed state, it is usually 1 to 4 hours after food. 1 to 4 hours after food, right? It is usually 1 to 4 hours after food, right? Ha, panda, yes, some of the things is right, yes. Then beta, we have early fasting. Early fasting. Now, when I say early fasting beta, I am talking about 4 to 16 hours. Okay, 4 to 16 hours after food, right? And then we have a stage that is called as fasting or the late fasting, like fasting. And remember, it is 16 to 48 hours. 16 to 48 hours. 16 to 48 hours. Now बेटा, चलो तीनों में देखते हैं कि क्या क्या हो सकता है. Use your brains and tell me बेटा. Fed state. जस्ट आपने अभी फुल मील खाया है, फुल 2 आलू के परांठे अभी जस्ट तुरंत खाए हो, so that is something that you will get glucose. Okay, that is 1 to 4 hours after food. So yes guys, it is like the normal fed state. You are getting the glucose from diet. You are getting glucose from diet, right? Now early fasting, you already know whenever you are taking diet beta, okay, some glucose will be utilized to give energy. Some glucose will be utilized to give energy, and some glucose beta, some glucose will be stored as glycogen, because glucose ज़्यादा हो गई है body में, so it will be stored as glycogen. And you already know glycogen, it is the storage form of glucose. It is the storage form of glucose. Okay, कि जब ग्लूकोज की नीड होगी तब ग्लाइकोजन ब्रेक डाउन होके क्या बना देगा? ग्लूकोज. नाउ कैन एनीवन टेल मी the formation of glycogen from glucose, which process is this? The formation of glycogen from glucose. Yes, everyone is right. Yeah, the formation of glycogen from glucose. Which process is this beta? चलिए आंसर दीजिए फटाफट. नहीं पांडा, ग्लाइकोजन का बनना ग्लूकोज से. ग्लाइकोजन बन रहा है ना बेटा. एनीथिंग व्हिच इज फॉर्म्ड, इट इज कॉल्ड जेनेसिस. It is called genesis. Yes, so it will be, yes, everyone is right. Abrar, yes. Yasir, Raj, Ashish, Panda, yes, correct beta. Nikita, very good beta. It is glycogenesis. Okay, glycogenesis, yes, formation of glycogen. Now in 4 to 16 hours, that is called as early fasting. You are not having food like after 4 hours, right? Okay, so you are not kumkaran right now, I hope so. So 4 to 16 hours after food, it is called as the early fasting. And what will happen when you are not taking any glucose from the diet? You are not having any diet right now, 4 to 16 hours. Okay, what will happen? This glycogen will break. Yes, this glycogen will break. Okay, whatever glycogen was stored, this will break and will give energy. So this is called as, yes, yeah, 4 to 16 hours food. What will be there? Glycogenolysis will be there. Glycogenolysis will be there. जो ग्लाइकोजन बॉडी में स्टोर था, जो ग्लाइकोजन बॉडी में स्टोर था बेटा, वो ब्रेक डाउन करेगा टू प्रोवाइड द ग्लूकोज. ओके, 4 to 16 आवर्स जब आपने कोई खाना नहीं खाया, you haven't taken any diet बेटा, what will happen? The glycogen which was formed, now it will break. Okay, now it will be broken down to release glucose to provide energy, and that is called as glycogenolysis. That is called as glycogenolysis. ग्लाइकोजन ब्रेक करेगा तभी क्या बनेगा? ग्लाइकोजन से क्या बन जाएगा? ग्लूकोज बन जाएगा, और वही ग्लूकोज एटीपी बनाएगा. तो ऑब्वियसली बात है, हमें बॉडी को नीड्स मिलती रहेंगी. दैट इज द अर्ली फास्टिंग स्टेज. दैट इज द अर्ली फास्टिंग स्टेज. नाउ व्हेन आई से फास्टिंग बेटा, फास्टिंग में ना तो अब ग्लाइकोजन बचा है, ग्लाइकोजन भी खत्म, ग्लूकोज भी खत्म, एंड यू आर नॉट कंज्यूमिंग एनी एनी डाइट. यू आर नॉट टेकिंग एनी डाइट बेटा. नाउ फ्रॉम वेयर द ग्लूकोज विल कम नाउ? You already know the source of blood glucose will be what? Tell me in the chat box beta. The source of blood glucose. Yes, source of blood glucose will be, yeah, it will be coming from gluconeogenesis. Okay, source of blood glucose will be the non-carbohydrate source. Okay, and yes, glucose will be synthesized from that, and that is called as gluconeogenesis. So this will be the new glucose, and this new glucose, it is not coming from carbohydrate, क्योंकि ना तो आप डाइट ले रहे हो, you are not taking diet. Okay, there is no glycogen in the body. There is no glycogen in the body because glycogen भी खत्म हो गया 16 hours तक. 16 hours के बाद भी अगर आप डाइट नहीं लेते हैं बेटा, what will happen? There is another way of the body to produce new glucose, and that is called as gluconeogenesis. And that is why beta, in fasting state from 16 to 48 hours, when you are taking no diet, okay, to maintain the blood glucose levels of the body, gluconeogenesis is required. Okay, when there is no carbohydrate to be broken down, so this glucose will be synthesized from non-carbohydrate source, which I have already told you, and ultimately new glucose will be formed. New glucose will be formed. क्या ये इतना समझ में आ गया सब लोगों को? चलो फटाफट से एक थम्स अप दे दो बेटा, जल्दी से, अगर ये तुम लोग को समझ आ गया है तो. जल्दी से अगर तुम लोग को समझ आ गया, फटाफट से एक थम्स अप दे दो चैट बॉक्स में, जल्दी से. चलिए फटाफट. चलो, आशीष, शुभम, कुलसुम, अंशुल, जयनाम, आदित्य, हर्ष, कोमल, ऐश, वेरी गुड. लिपिका, पांडा, राज पटेल, वेरी गुड. रिया, चलो परफेक्ट 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 बेटा. अफसल, वेरी गुड वेरी गुड. चलो, हमने कंसेप्ट सीख लिया कि ग्लूकोनियोजेनेसिस क्यों चाहिए हमें. ठीक है, तो फैटी एसिड्स होते हैं, यू ऑलरेडी नो द, या ग्लूकोनियोजेनेसिस also requires ATP beta, और ATP कहां से आता है? That is beta oxidation of fatty acids. That is beta oxidation of fatty acids, right? So we will learn each and every step one by one. We will learn each and every step one by one. Okay, and now let us we have discussed the concept, definition, example. Now coming on to the site. Now coming on to the site, only in two sites it is taking place, in the liver and kidney. Yes, and you already know liver, it is 90% of gluconeogenesis, okay, takes place in the liver. 10% of only it takes place in the kidney. Okay, takes place in the kidney. Now beta, remember that if we say the gluconeogenesis, so gluconeogenesis, now can anyone tell me, yes, can anyone tell me in the chat box, gluconeogenesis will take place in which part of the cell? Gluconeogenesis will take place in which part of the cell? I want everyone to answer this question in the chat box. Yes, the gluconeogenesis, yeah, it will take place in both cytosol, yeah, both cytosol and mitochondria. Both cytosol and mitochondria. Both cytosol and mitochondria. Yes, Kriti. Yes, Yasir. Very good. From the exam point of view, it is liver. 90% it is taking place in the liver, and kidney it is 10%. Kidney it is 10%. Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear, everyone? फटाफट से एक thumbs up दे दो if the site and yeah the organelles are clear. If the site and organelles are clear to each and everyone. Harsh says yes sir, it's clear. Abrar, yes, Kulsum Abrar, very good beta. Jainam, Aditya, Ashish, very good. Usman, Farah Sheikh, yes, convert into malate. Yes, and that too with the help of an enzyme. Is also clear. So in skeletal muscles, basically glucose 6-phosphatase enzyme is absent, and that's why, yeah, it gluconeogenesis will not take place in the skeletal muscle. In the skeletal muscle. Yes, yes, beta. So I hope this is clear to each one of you. I hope this is clear to each one is absent. 6 ash. Yes, 2-3 points regarding this. Remember, beta, the rate limiting enzyme. The rate limiting enzyme. The rate limiting enzyme. Okay, in gluconeogenesis. Okay, the rate limiting enzyme in gluconeogenesis. In gluconeogenesis, it is fructose. Yes, remember beta, it is fructose 1,6 bisphosphatase. Fructose 1,6 bisphosphatase. Okay, fructose 1,6 bisphosphatase. Right. Apart from that, beta, remember beta, one more thing, that gluconeogenesis. Okay, remember beta, gluconeogenesis will not take place, okay, will not take place in skeletal muscles. It will not take place in skeletal muscles, beta. Why? Because in skeletal muscles, yes, in skeletal muscles, remember glucose 6 phosphatase. Glucose 6 phosphatase enzyme is absent. Enzyme is absent. Glucose 6 phosphatase enzyme is absent, and this question has been asked multiple number of times that you have to pay focus upon over here. अगर बेटा glucose 6 phosphatase absent है, अगर glucose 6 phosphatase absent है, तो glucose 6 phosphate से glucose कभी नहीं बन पाएगा. Glucose 6 phosphate से glucose कभी नहीं बन पाएगा. Okay, so I hope this point is also clear. So in skeletal